Baby, that's a fact. Better live it right. You ain't coming back. Gotta raise some hell before they take you down. Gotta live this life.
Hey there, truckers. Welcome to Redneckanize, all things trucking and then some. Hope you enjoy the show.
Loud thunder, heavy rain, thin line between joy and pain. It's a long, strange trip, it's all insane. You ain't never gonna be the same. Living life through the night, thin line of a lightning strike. Sometimes the only light when the moon is tucked away. Pistons pumping, minds are racing. It's hard to sleep, land, when I'm shaking. Bad news surrounds me. It's always found me creeping up when things are good. Yeah, the dark days find a way. Loud thunder, heavy rain, thin line between joy and pain. It's a long, strange trip, it's all insane. You ain't never gonna be the same. Living life through the night, thin line of a lightning strike. Sometimes the only light when the moon is tucked away. The camera captures all the things that.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, this is Ed with Redneckanize Radio. We're live, 7 p.m. on the East Coast, 6 p.m. in Texas, and you can give us a call, 515-602-9731. Be part of the conversation, just hit 1. Or just, you can follow us at YouTube Live. We're on YouTube Live right now. Appreciate everybody listening and watching on that. Really excited about, well, all things going. Go over there and go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We appreciate everybody doing that. And so this is just Redneckanize Radio Live here. Just all things trucking and then some. If you want to talk about, we talk about news in the trucking industry. We talk about whatever you want to talk about, because this is a chance for the truckers out here to be heard. So we appreciate everybody joining us along and following along out here. So yesterday we were talking a couple of things in the news, and of course California and unionization and just about all those kind of things. And then we were hearing some rumors about tires, and we started talking about that. And that's just how things go. That's what we do. So it is Redneckanize, all things trucking and then some. Redneckanize Radio right here. And we're live every weekday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. You can give us a call, 515-602-9731. And before we get started, I want to thank one of our great sponsors. And one of the sponsors I like to thank is the DPF Regeneration. You can check them out at dpfregeneration.com. And that's a great outfit. They do all the aftermarket, or even just, the parts that you need for all of those modernized emission systems in the diesel engines. And they have the parts for all the other stuff too. Charge air coolers, turbos, things like that. So we appreciate all of the support that DPF Regeneration gives us. And you please go support them. And if you need all your parts, especially for your emission systems on your diesel engines, and it's any diesel engine, any one, doesn't matter. They got all different sizes, and they got a lot of expertise over there. So go ahead and check them out. Like I said, dpfregeneration.com, or you give them a call at 800-634-3010. And when you talk to them, tell them you appreciate they support Redneckanize, because we really do appreciate them. So in talking about what's going on out there in the world, we got things going crazy and everything. And one of the things that I wanted to mention, and that is that we got some things happening in the news that I noticed. And one of the things I saw was here, it says commercial driver found not guilty in deaths of 7 motorcycle riders in New Hampshire crash. Now, I remember covering this when it first happened. The driver was arrested. And it says This is on cdllife.com. And it says a jury in New Hampshire has found a commercial vehicle driver innocent of all charges connected to the crash that killed 7 members of a motorcycle club in New Hampshire in 2019. It says on Tuesday, August 9th, the jury ruled in favor of, and it's Vladimir Zakovsky, 26 years old, after approximately 2 hours of deliberation. And they've got a tweet here from Peter Wilson, and it's Boston 25 News. And it says truck driver charged in deaths of 7 motorcycle riders and found not guilty on all charges. And they got a picture of him pointing to the sky and breaks down after not guilty verdicts read in the death of 7 motorcycle riders 2019. Found not guilty on all 15 charges, including 7 counts of manslaughter, 7 counts of negligent homicide, and 1 charge of reckless conduct. You can view the reading of the verdict below. I wanted to see, here he goes. Okay, defense attorney has argued throughout the trial that the lead motorcyclist and Albert Woody Mazza had a blood alcohol level of over the legal limit of 0.08% at the time of the crash and drifted across the center line into the path of the pickup. See, now here's the thing. Pickup, what the hell? This is what I hate. You know what I remember? Yep, I remember now. Okay, you see how up here it says truck driver, right? Well, it says commercial driver found not guilty. Wait a minute now. It says here that the guy swerved in the path of the pickup. Center line in the path of, and it has the guy's name, Zakovsky's pickup. Mazza was one of the 7 motorcyclists killed in the crash. During last week's court proceedings, a judge ruled that there was insufficient evidence to support DUI and intoxication charges. So so he didn't get in trouble, or, well, how do you charge? What do you mean? I don't know. And allowed for the dismissal of the 8 charges related to substance abuse. This reduced the number of charges. So he was drinking too. The pickup truck driver, you know, I'm just going to, because I can't say his name, previously pled not guilty to all felony charges, including negligent homicide, DUI, reckless manslaughter, DUI, aggravated injury, reckless conduct with a deadly weapon. It says the crash occurred on June 21st, 2019 on Route 2, Randolph, New Hampshire, when a group of 10 motorcycles was hit by a Westfield Transport pickup truck hauling a trailer. Oh, see, that's what it was. Yep. By a Westfield Transport pickup truck hauling a trailer. 7 members of the Jarheads Motorcycle Club died in the crash. The pickup was operated by the guy there, you know, a Westfield Transport employee at the time. Well, see, that's why. I mean, you know, technically he's probably working, and they always go after those guys when, you know, if you're at work, you know, obviously you've done something wrong. And it looks like here it's this hotshot guy. It says during the post crash investigation, authorities learned that he was arrested on May 11th, 2019 for OUI, operating under the influence, in Connecticut. Yeah, so this was in May, and this happened in June. So the truck driver here, this guy operating the dually, probably, you know, 1-ton pickup pulling a trailer, he had got arrested a month before for operating under the influence in Connecticut. And the Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicles should have terminated his CDL, but failed to do so. Well, see, so now we already have no sympathy for the driver, but he was found not guilty. So, well. And I remember when this first came out, they were, you know, they didn't just, I don't remember them mentioning he was drinking. No, that he had been arrested previously. I'm not real sure. But that was found, I think that was found out later. Yeah, during post crash investigation, because it was when it happened and he was charged. So it says Westfield Transport shuttered soon after the fatal crash in February of 22 the U.S. Attorney's Office District of Massachusetts announced the Westfield Transport owners, 36. Yeah, these are guys probably from, I don't want to say Ukraine, but definitely that part of the world. I can't really say their names. It says we're facing falsification of records charges. No, you know what? I do remember this stuff here. This and was also included on charges of conspiracy to falsify records and make a false statement to federal investigators. Yep, that's what it is. You play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So yep. I remember seeing all this. This is back in 2019, and then of course they shut down this February. They probably got called back to go fight the war. Lord, I apologize. Oh man, I tell you, this is a thing that we get a bad rap for. We get a bad rap for this because it's one of those things where we're supposed to be goody, and we're not. We're not perfect. We know that. But this company and these drivers already, you could tell, they're kind of like, so what? So what? That's what it just seems like. So, and that's what happens, is that we get a bad rap because they don't take their job seriously. Hey, I understand, go out and have fun, make mistakes, all that kind of stuff. But this is the reason why truck drivers don't make good money. We were talking about it last week about how does a truck driver make good money? How does a truck driver tell people no? How do you tell a company that you're going to go work for that no, you're not going to do that? You're going to make good. You want a good wage, good money. It's stuff like this. When you have a record of doing bad things, working for companies that do bad things, then you're not going to get those good paying jobs. That's what it's going to be like. So when you do sense something going on in your company like that, you got to walk away, go somewhere else. Loyalty has no, your CDL shouldn't be loyal to somebody doing crazy shit that might get you in trouble. So that's what I always say about that. And like we found here, he's not going to go to jail for manslaughter, but we see this guy tarnished record. What happened to this charge for the one in May? Was he guilty on that one? Did he pay a fine? Did he go to jail and serve for that one? Operating under the influence in Connecticut. What about that one? That's what I'd like to know. I'd like to know more about that. But yeah, that's the way things are. So, yeah, let's get those things done. So that's what we do. I'm kind of upsets me that we try to keep track of what's going on in truck drivers. I don't want the guy to go to jail for the rest of his life, but I mean, if he's gonna do crazy crap like that, I don't want him driving a truck or having a CDL. Hotshot drivers technically have to have a CDL. A lot of states require that. A lot of states don't. A lot of drivers don't have it. That you see him pulling. So yeah, if he's got a CDL, he probably doesn't have one anymore. Depending on the first arrest in May for operating under the influence, supposed to be, canceled CDL, terminated the CDL license. He probably drives a regular car, but not a CDL. I don't know. I think we I don't know, society, you pay your dues, you pay your fines, get back to deal. These carriers, insurance companies, they're not going to hire you. So, why should the state give you a CDL? I mean, obviously what it is that you have second chances. The government's not going to take the chance away, but the companies don't have to hire you. So if you've got enough money to go buy a truck, get your own authority, or you're going to work for somebody that has their own stuff, like this small company that he was probably working for, yeah, you got opportunity to do that. But if they're doing shady stuff already, then that's not going to help you. It's actually going to hurt you. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that you can't do. You can't have that. So, but anyway, things are going great here. Let's get things going here. And let's see. There you go. So yeah, this is Redneckanize Radio Live. We're here. It's Tuesday, and just kicking back. Give us a call, 515-602-9731. Talk about all things trucking and then some. This is Redneckanize Radio. We'll see you in a bit.
Way honey, you need it. I'm gonna give you my love. I'm gonna give you my love. Oh, want a whole lot of love. 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 You've been learning, baby, I've been learning. Oh, that's good time, baby, baby, I've been learning. Way, way down inside, honey, you need I'm gonna give you my love. I'm gonna give you my love. Oh, a whole lot of love. Want a whole lot of love. Want a whole lot of love. Want a whole lot of love.
This week's episode is sponsored by LTR Transportation. Come be part of a great carrier celebrating a new year with new trucks and new growth. Check them out at ltrtransportation.com or give them a call at 720-277-0030. Thank you, LTR, for being supporter of Redneckanize. Redneckanize, common sense solutions for an uncommon world.
Lazy yellow moon coming up tonight, shining through the trees. Crickets are singing and lightning bugs are floating on the breeze. Baby, get ready. Across the field where the creek turns back by the old stone road, I'm gonna take you to a special place that nobody knows. Baby, get ready. Ooh, you and me go fishing in the dark, lying on our backs and counting the stars where the cool grass grows.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Ed with Redneckanize Radio. We're here live. It's Tuesday, August 9th. Still 2022. Still there. We haven't turned it over. You know, it seems like every time we turn over the new year, we're like, hey, this is going to be better than next year. Then all of a sudden, crap falls apart and stuff hits the fan there. And, you know, we're like, oh, well, better luck. Let's wait until next year and try it again. So this is Redneckanize Radio, all things trucking and then some. You can give us a call, 515-602-9731. Check us out, redneckanize.com. Don't forget to go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Appreciate everybody doing that for us. And before we go any further, I want to thank one of our great sponsors, and that is Trucker Tools, the Trucker Tools app. You can check them out at truckertools.com or go download the app from your app store. That'd be a great thing. And just, you could do load planning and load tracking. But the cool thing about that, even if you don't do that, even if you got some other load board you use, or if you're a company driver or something like that, you can still go on there and you can do route planning, and you can do like truck stops, look up truck stops, fuel stops, maintenance, repair facilities, and even parking. Go check them out. They even got a special button for parking spots. And there's a lot of facilities out there that have, parking spots available to rent for the night or for the month, or, maybe you need a place to park near where you live and you can't really find a place to park. You can't park it at your house. You've got some restrictions there. I've lived in those neighborhoods where you're not allowed to park even a bobtail. They don't want in the driveway, unless you got a permit, and you can go down and request a permit. But if it's not an RV, they're not gonna give you a permit, so it's one of those things. But anyway, check them out, truckertools.com. Go download their app from your app store, whether you've got an Android, iPhone, doesn't matter. Either one works. Truckertools.com, Trucker Tools, the app for truckers. And appreciate all their support of Redneckanize. So let's get back to it. One of the things that I was noticing here is there was I know what that is. We don't need that. Oh, we can talk that later on. Let's get back over here. So there was an article on CDL Life. I thought it was interesting because it says, will four-wheelers ever learn to merge? And of course, looks like it's going to have some kind of dash cam video. It says four-wheelers fail at merging at unfortunate consequences in this video. It says in the clip, a white car in the far right lane decides it's time to merge is right now, and prompts a black SUV to leave its lane. The SUV then drifts right into the side of the filming semi-truck and spins in front of the truck. The truck then pushes the SUV a ways down the road, skids along a barrier wall, and then finally drifts into a grassy median where it comes to a stop at the barrier fence along the opposite lanes. It says, check the white car. The black SUV had two kids, and were taking in an ambulance. It says just another example of idiots, white car who can't merge. I thought there was somebody just commented, one viewer. And let's see. Yeah, here we go. See what we got here. Let's get back over here and let everybody see. I think if I do this, I'm waiting for it to see on my end here so I can make sure that it looks good on you guys' YouTube bill so y'all can see it. If you're just listening along, if you go to YouTube, you could see how we've got the video queued up where we can watch the video. So we're going to check that out and see how that looks. And when I do all this, I think it kind of zooms in and makes everything bigger. How's that? Come on, catch up, YouTube. Let's see here. Oh, it's just 10 seconds. The black SUV, that's the one that, I mean, they just they're trying to pass. I don't know if y'all could see that, but they're oh, I see see, it's like a big merge. I tell you what, I remember one time I was driving and I was in the right lane, and the truck driver, man, tell you what, man, I give it to the truck driver. He tried to avoid everybody and he swerved. He probably a younger driver, not very experienced, because a lot of these guys, they'll like try to avoid the crash at all possible. But for some reason, maybe the steering broke on there, where he thought, I lost control, because the truck actually hits the wall on the bridge and then goes off on the side. Nowadays, what we know as more experienced drivers, you just say, maintain your lane. And that way, that that way your truck's not completely damaged going off into the road, because you could tell, of course they were moving pretty good. So they cut it out, but maybe there's another video that shows where it came to a stop, because the video ends before the truck actually comes to a stop. But he went off into the other lane over there, hit those cable barriers and everything. But you see the white car is merging. The black car is in the right lane. The big truck's passing the black car, and then the white car comes into, looks like the white car wasn't even hit. You can't even tell that the white car was hit, because the black car avoids the white car, but then hits the truck. And the white car is the one that kind of merges in front of the black car, and it's kind of like a chain reaction. So that kind of thing where, of course, as a truck driver, you're always taught to anticipate this crap, that somebody's going to be doing something stupid. I was saying before, I was driving in the right lane, and it was out there on 40, where 40 and 81 kind of split off down there. And like 40 merges into 81 right before you get to all of that area there in, where was that? No, it was up there. I think I was still in Tennessee. Can't remember. Yeah, it was that one part where you break off and you're still in Tennessee. Man, it's been so long since I've been up there. But anyway, I was in the right lane. Trucks were passing me in the left lane. Like a Pontiac Firebird was coming into the on-ramp, and the on-ramp is one of those old time on-ramps where it came up a hill and then immediately just, went into the right lane. And we're all going good, and everything. And the car just kind of comes up there, and he's moving, and he's got a little merge lane, like a small one. And he actually, shoves his fist up at me saying, "Hey, you got to let me in." I was like, no, I don't. And they had to slow that down. Of course, they were only going like, 30, 40 miles an hour. It wasn't even 45, because we were only doing like 55, because it was coming out of the hills there and everything. So it was like, come on, man, you merging traffic, you got to yield. We got a video about it on our YouTube channel. You have to yield. And that's it right there, is that white car should have came to a stop, basically, or like I said, the white car was already pretty well out there, pretty far. So everybody else should have said, you know what, we better back it off, because the white car is doing something stupid. And that's what you got to do. I was looking to see if there was more video, but there's not. Come back up here, and there's just the picture of what happened beforehand. There's a pic on the picture. See right there. What does that say? Does that say the truck was going 68 miles an hour? So the truck wasn't going that fast, but he was going fast enough, and he was passing the black car. The black car was being passed, and then the black car decided they were going to, one of those things where everybody tried to get out of the way, and the truck driver was not out of the way. So yeah. And in my opinion, it's never going to stop. Never going to stop. I see it every day, every night I go to work. People are always out there. They're trying to merge, and until you actually throw people in jail, in jail for using their cell phones while they're driving, getting a ticket, they don't care. Pay the ticket. Who cares? Until you start throwing people in jail for they're having their head in their phone, or being distracted somehow, until you start, like, if you have an accident, to me, it's just because what it is that everybody has tunnel vision. Nobody cares about what's beside them or behind them. I mean, look at this black car. The black car, he didn't even know the truck was there. Like, it wasn't even, aware that the truck was there, So you saw the white car. You had to see the white car. And they say the article is basically blaming the white car for merging in and not noticing and everything. But it's everybody else's fault too, because if you see something in front of you that doesn't look right, then you immediately start checking around you to make sure, hey, where am I going to go? I mean, that's what truck drivers are taught, is like, as soon as you see something in front of you that's not right, you immediately need to check, your other areas. Hey, where am I going to go? You know, whenever we see stop traffic, big trucks, you know, out there, hey, not all of them do it, but you're supposed to. You know, you see stop traffic coming up, you're gonna have to come to a stop. First thing you do, you check your mirrors, you start putting your flashers on. You're like, I'm gonna have to slow down here, and then you start looking at, where am I gonna go? Where am I gonna go? And that way you can get over to the far left or far right, whichever way you need to start merging in or getting past around the shutdown or whatever. You know, sometimes you see an exit. Hey, I can get that exit. Let's go. You know, whatever we've got to do to get out of the way. And that's, you know, it's everybody's looking around everywhere, trying to figure something out. So yeah. But that's like I said, that don't make a whole lot of sense to me. There was another deal yesterday that I saw that Embark, which is the maker of autonomous trucks, and they have a pretty good YouTube channel. So if you go look up Embark, E-M-B-A-R-K, B-A-R-K, Embark, they've got YouTube videos explaining how their technology works and demonstrations and stuff like that. And of course, we know that it's all staged. This, you know, putting out a good YouTube video costs a lot of money. I should know. And so when you see a YouTube video explaining things and demonstrations or whatever, you know, it's not real. It's all staged, you know. And if you are some type of like real life personnel, whether it be a truck driver or a police, and you participate in this crap, I hope you're getting paid. But the other thing too is that, you know, I would actually do it in real life and actually get some actual, you know, I mean, look, having a good production like this here, I'll show it to you. We'll get it pulled up here. And there's a lot of pictures and explanations and all this stuff. And let me pull it up. So this is it right here. And yeah, here you go.
To be able to stop a commercial vehicle to ensure compliance with trucking regulations, whether it's autonomous or not. Now, we're excited to show how it works in the real world.
For this
So you can see
demonstration,
how
Embark worked
it's
with law enforcement on a
demonstration.
local Texas highway to execute a pullover. First, the enforcement vehicle will activate its flashing lights and maneuver to signal to the truck that it needs to pull over. The Embark driver is able to detect the vehicle and lights,
When they say
recognizing
Embark
that it's
driver,
an
they mean the
emergency
software.
vehicle, signaling for the truck to pull over. Embark's cloud-based fleet management system, Guardian, can allow a human operator to confirm that a pullover is being requested. The Embark driver, through its planning and action platform, identifies an open road shoulder and safely pulls over. In the case of poor connectivity, the autonomous Embark driver will err on the side of caution and have the truck pull over. Next, the law enforcement officer approaches the truck just like they would during a normal stop. If the officer is not yet aware that the truck is an autonomous vehicle,
The way I
a
see it
screen
is
on the
that
side
truck
of the
ain't
truck
completely off the
clearly
road.
indicates that the vehicle is autonomous and that the autonomous system is disengaged and the vehicle is safe to approach. A lockbox containing registration and bill of lading is installed behind the passenger side door and includes a phone number to call the remote Guardian operator and access the code for the lockbox. At this stage, the officer is able to access the lockbox and check paperwork. Upon confirming any information, or in the unusual case of issuing a citation, the officer can close the lockbox and return to his or her vehicle.
What would
If
the citation
necessary,
be?
the officer can again call the Guardian operator to confirm any outstanding information. And just like that, we've completed an emergency vehicle interaction.
This achievement is not only an engineering feat, but a testament to our mission to safely roll out our
That video doesn't
technology.
explain anything to me.
This accomplishment brings us one step closer
I wanna
to our
see
goal
everything.
of commercial deployment of the
Don't just
Embark
edit
driver
a video and show me how nice it looks.
Safety is at the heart of Embark's business model. We have a long history of collaboration with our government partners, and we're grateful to them for working with us to develop this.
That's what I want to do. I want to see the whole thing,
A process
and I
that
want
is
to see,
intuitive
you know,
and doesn't
stand
require
back,
any
show
new
me everything.
equipment or
Because
investment
at
from
one
the
point it
public
looked like
sector.
the truck wasn't even off
We
the
hope this
road.
is
It was
the
on
model that can be
it was on the
adopted
left
across all
side of the white line.
jurisdictions as autonomous trucks hit the road.
So I want to see it all, because if I'm going to get blamed for truck the law enforcement, they don't like pulling over big trucks because it's unsafe, because if the big truck driver doesn't pull over properly, then it's unsafe for them and everything. So a lot of times you'll see them, and you always try to pull off so that you can do the business. A lot of times they want to do everything on the passenger side, and I never did like that. I don't want you on that side. I don't want you away from me like that. I don't want you up in my business. I don't want you up in my truck. I don't want you to open up that door and passing things back and forth through the front seat and all that. I don't want you doing that. Get out of my truck. I'll bring everything to you. I'll get out of the truck. So, some law enforcement, it's kind of one of the things, the guy who has the gun makes the rules. The one guy that used to be on radio all the time talking about DOT, he was a East Texas state trooper. I mean, he said that on the radio. The guy who has the gun makes the rules. like, man, get out of here with that crap. Come on now. I got a gun. It's like, I'll make some rules, So, but yeah, it just pisses me off that, everybody's working in conjunction here. You got government and autonomous trucks working hand in hand, putting you out of a job. And I would like to see Embark company, autonomous trucking companies, actually call up some truck drivers, old school guys, like me, Greg, whoever, and say, we want to win your support. And that's that you got to win our support. Winning my support would be to actually say, we don't want the truck to do everything and be without a driver. We want the driver to be able to be helped by the autonomous system. Just kind of like, hey, I'll go pick up the load in San Antonio. The load's going to Los Angeles. We pick it up in San Antonio. I do all the picking up and I do all the driving around, and I get to a point where I want to get to place. I get some groceries, something to eat, whatever. We get back on the road, heading I-10 West. Once we get out of town, hit the button. Okay, autonomous, you're in control, and I can go back and I can get some sleep and wake me up when we get to El Paso, or I'll get my rest, whatever I need. And then I'll get up. It's kind of like team driving. That's the whole goal is to be able to run solo, but as like a run team with one driver. That'd be awesome. That way you always got a driver with the truck. You never ever, they want to go completely autonomous where there's no driver in the truck at all. And I just don't like that. Build the roads, design the roads where, you can have, okay, this, you're gonna have to widen the interstates because people still want to move down the road. To me, every major interstate east of Denver should be 3 lanes, no matter what, whether it's in the middle of nowhere or not. Okay. There's parts, Interstate 37 down here by where I live, on a Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning, even on a Friday night, people either going north or south because of vacationing and everything. It's bumper to bumper. And if you got a truck governed at 68 miles an hour or 65, and you come up on a truck moving slower, you can't pass them. Because once you pull out and start passing them, it's going to take you forever. And then the traffic gets backed up. So you got to have another lane. There should be a slow lane, middle lane, and then of course the fast lane. But that's the way you do it. So when you have an autonomous vehicle, the autonomous vehicle can stay in the right lane and pretty much not get into the middle lane, never get in the left lane. The autonomous truck don't need to be doing that. So the autonomous truck, if it comes up on a cop on the side of the road, they can get in the middle lane as long as it's safe to do so. All that stuff. Autonomous truck can handle it. That's fine, especially out in the middle of nowhere, no big cities, no big exits, no big decisions have to be made. And the driver can get up and drive through the city and then, relax a little bit, but it's kind of like I said, it's a team operation with one driver. And that way you always got a driver in the truck. That way, if something does happen and let's say the system gets pulled over, autonomous, whatever, and the guy behind him, you can have a little bell go off inside the bunk where it wakes the driver up and he says, hey, talk to the cop. And that way you can talk to the cop, and it's not killing the truck driver job, because the truck drivers, you need them out there, so and you can, I mean, maybe the truck driver will be trained and goes to some kind of special school to learn how to do the what do they call that? The bells and whistles of the autonomous truck and handle the diagnostics and stuff, going down the road, fuel, whatever it needs. I know that it's like no fuel or no driver in the truck. When it pulls off into the truck stop to get fuel, there's always somebody there, and somebody can do it, and they'll pay somebody. Hey, that it might be that. It might be that your CDL now becomes a fuel island attendant, but because it's autonomous, you still got to be educated to understand that, hey, this autonomous truck, it's going to pull in at this point. Either I can drive it or I can, tell it, but I got to climb in the truck. I got to hit some buttons and say, okay, you're good to go, kind of thing. So yeah, there's still jobs out there that should be good paying, because you still got to be able to operate the truck. So I can see that too. But again, the best thing would be to have a team operation with one driver. That would be the best thing. And that's my opinion. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So yeah. But they're coming. And like anybody out there right now, let's say that, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think that if you're in the truck driving school right now and you're just starting your career, you might be out there for 10 years, maybe even 15 years, and you won't start seeing, I mean, we seeing them now, but they've got technicians with them. They got people with them. The trucks are never without somebody in the truck. I'm not real sure when we'll start seeing, the trucks going down the highway completely by themselves. That's the thing you got to watch out for, is that, I'm talking like no cameraman, no nothing. You got a dash cam recording everything, nobody in the vehicle at all. There's some people are testing that stuff, but it's not fully operational yet. So ain't no telling. But that's the way the cookie crumbles, and that's about life on the road and all things trucking and then some, and that's what we talk about here. So you can give us a call, 515-602-9731. We're here every weekday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Give us a holler. And let's see where we at. No, that's not it. Hold on. Let's see. Technical stuff. People, all these computers, they have a brain of their own. So they're going to do what they want to do. There you go. Cool. All right. So yeah, like I said, Redneckanize Radio, all things trucking and then some. We're here every weekday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. You can give us a holler. 515-602-9731. Please go subscribe to YouTube channel. Appreciate everybody doing that for us. And I'll be back Thursday. Tomorrow is Women of Redneckanize. And same time, same channel, same everything. Except they'll probably be doing a Facebook live video instead of YouTube live video. So we try to get on Facebook. That's our main plot. That's where everybody follows us on. It's the easiest. It's the most common used. I was amazed when I first signed up. I remember 10, 12, what was it, a long time ago when I first signed up to Facebook, and I found all these truck drivers. Like, we have truck drivers on Facebook. It's crazy. Yep, it's and you made a lot of connections and made a lot of new friends, and it was awesome. So yeah. But anyway, this is where we're at. Redneckanize, all things trucking and then some. Redneckanize Radio. Redneckanize, it's when everything goes wrong and the job still has to get done. You got to redneckanize. Appreciate everybody's support. And I think I'm going to go ahead and duck on out of here. And I got to get ready to go to work. And I appreciate everybody's support. Let's see here. So don't forget that Redneckanize, in some form or fashion, the folks of Redneckanize, it might not be me, but it definitely will be Redneckanize, will be at the Truckers for Hope truck show. That's September 23rd through the 25th up there in at the Clinton County Fairgrounds in Mill Hall, Pennsylvania. That's up on Interstate 80 up there by State College, Pennsylvania, up in the mountains. So that's a pretty good gig. Long Haul Paul's going to be there. Tony Justice is going to be there, and Little Texas. So I might have to make the trip just to see Little Texas. I tell you what, I remember seeing those guys back in the day. Man, that was something else. They probably all got haircuts now. But anyway, check us out. Like I said, redneckanize.com for all details on what's going to happen with that. I appreciate everybody's support. And like I said, don't forget to check us out, redneckanize.com, where you can find all the connections to our social media accounts and all of our great sponsors. Don't forget our great sponsors, and that's DPF Regeneration, and that's Trucker Tools app. And we don't like to leave out anybody, so that we're going to mention Load to Ride Transportation. You can check them out at ltrtransportation.com. Great little outfit out of Denver, Colorado. LTR Transportation, Load to Ride Transportation, ltrtransportation.com, or you give them a call at 720-277-0030. And if you want to work for a trucking company and stay busy, there's your guys right there. So go check them out, ltrtransportation.com. So appreciate everybody's support out there, and continuing on and getting on. So until next time, you guys, I'll see you Thursday, 7 p.m. And you guys stay safe, stay successful, keep between the ditches, and we'll see you out there on the road. Redneckanize Radio. Appreciate y'all.
Today's truckers have a lot on their mind. Redneckanize was founded by truckers to help truckers and others to handle life on the road better. Check them out at redneckanize.com. When everything goes wrong and the job still has to get done, you got to redneckanize.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.